Hello, and welcome back to Tells. My name is Busi, and this podcast is on poker and love. I'm joined by my co-host, Andrew Nemi. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, everyone. Everyone out there. I can see you all perfectly clear. So hello to all of you.
You couldn't see last week?
Nope.
If anybody was paying attention, they might have caught it in the previous podcast. Because as I was, editing and putting the music in the podcast, the framing was a little bit off. Because
Was it?
you are usually in charge of the framing, but
Whoops.
it was fine. It was off, but not terrible, I hope.
I don't think anybody noticed. You're kind of a perfectionist in that way. All right. Well, hopefully today is better because both of us can see. Well, I was going to say perfectly, but you can't see perfectly, can you?
I cannot see perfectly, no.
Well, one of us can.
Congratulations, Andrew Nemi.
We did it.
We did it?
We did it together. We got the surgery.
I did not get the surgery. Share with the listeners of the podcast what surgery you got.
I got LASIK. LASIK surgery. I got lasers in the eyes.
Laser eye surgery.
Direct lasers in the eyeballs.
What did these lasers enable your eyeballs to do?
I don't know how it works. They just shoot lasers in there and you come out the next day being able to see 20/20 vision. It's pretty amazing. That's the second part of it. Do you want to know what the first part is? You know the first part, don't you? They might not know. Do you know?
Tell us what the first part is.
The first part, first of all, they give you numbing drops.
Okay.
Thankfully. Then the part after that is they manually take a very small knife to your eye.
Could you see this knife coming toward your eye?
It's probably not called a knife. It's probably called something else.
Scalpel, perhaps?
Maybe something of that sort. But they make a little knife incision, not like a full circle, maybe like 80% of a circle, and then like flip that part of your eye over. Make a little flap so that they can get underneath the top layer of your eye so that the laser can get in there and do its thing.
Okay.
Your eyes are watering right now?
Are they?
A little bit.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah. It is a little terrifying, but like I said, thank God for those numbing drops.
So you didn't feel the laser?
You
or
can
you didn't feel the scalpel opening the flap?
So it's mostly like pressure. You can feel like, something on your eye. Obviously, if you're like poking yourself in the colored part of your eye, that's usually going to be not very fun at all. The opposite of that, actually. But it's not like the worst thing ever. It's not the best thing ever either, but it's not the worst thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, the first part of that is manual. So, like, Mr. Steady Hands doctor is making that flap. And then after that, it's laser time. And the laser is, like, pre-programmed to, like, assess your eye and do what it needs to do.
So you don't know what the laser does?
It reshapes your eye, basically.
Really?
Because I also have astigmatism, which is like...
I do, too.
Yeah.
That's when your eye is shaped like a rugby ball.
Yeah.
Instead of a perfect circle.
Right.
So why... So you had what sort of eye condition? Myopia?
I have...
Myopia, which is nearsightedness?
Yeah, I'm nearsighted. I couldn't see far.
Things, when you look far, were blurry.
Right.
And you wore glasses for how long? How long have you not been able to see clearly?
Well, I think I probably got my first pair of glasses either 5th or 6th grade.
Did you ever use your glasses as like a statement or like an accessory? No. Did you have dorky glasses or did you have cool glasses?
Somewhere between there. I never really thought that they were cool.
Do you have any photos?
Somewhere, yeah. Yeah, maybe we can insert them here.
If we can find them, that would be fantastic.
I'm sure Mom or little bro can send something over to us that we can insert into the podcast here.
That would be great.
It's been, let's see, how old are you in like 6th grade?
12.
12?
Yeah.
What is that? Like almost 30 years?
Pretty much.
Yeah, almost 30 years of
eyeglasses.
Lenses of some sort, yeah. So then I got contacts in like 8th grade and basically have worn contacts almost every day of my life since then, which is kind of crazy to think about. And now I'll probably not wear contacts again, but apparently like, I don't know, 10 years from now, somewhere around that time, your eyes start to require some reading glasses usually, despite the LASIK.
So it's not a permanent fix.
No, sadly.
So tell us how last week we were talking about your LASIK eye consultation. So you weren't going to wear glasses, or you hadn't worn glasses for 5 days. Is that right?
That's right.
Or you were in the process.
Right.
5 days, no glasses. Go in for a consultation. How do you end up in surgery in the same breath?
Well, it's a combination of that, because when you get LASIK, you're also not supposed to wear your contacts for 2 days before that. So since I was already not wearing contacts, and I think because of like possibly Corona times, people just not doing as many things.
Schedule was wide open.
Schedule was open. The doctor's schedule was open. So he's like, so you want to do this like tomorrow? I was like, maybe.
What did you think when he said that? Because I usually say no. You know, like you go to the dentist, they're like, oh, you have something, we could fix it. Do you want to do it right now? I usually say, maybe not. Let me think about it.
Sure. Well, I knew that like if he said that I was a good candidate, because my like full-time optometrist, my normal optometrist.
He's an ophthalmologist. Give him the correct.
Ophthalmologist.
Not just an optometrist.
What's the difference?
They do more studying.
Okay, they do more stuff.
Yeah, and they do the dilation and eye health. It's not
Really?
just like, can you see? Number 1, 2.
I see. Okay. My ophthalmologist said that this LASIK guy.
I like Dr. Perajek, so got to give him props.
There you go. Free shout out. He said that this LASIK guy is pretty strict in terms of who he performs on. He generally looks for reasons to not accept patients. So I figured if this guy said that I was a good candidate, then I wouldn't really have any excuse to not go forward with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so like when he said, when you want to do it, how's tomorrow? I was like, well, what's really the difference, between 2 weeks from now and tomorrow, especially since I have to like go another couple of days without wearing contacts and doing that whole routine. And if I've already done that part, then we might as well just get it over with.
Yeah, I was very surprised because I was waiting in the parking lot since I was Andrew's chauffeur, obviously, because he had no eyes.
Yes.
And
thanks for that.
In the process, killed the car because I was listening to podcasts and reading.
Killed the battery.
But I did find a good Samaritan. Thank you, sir, for helping me jumpstart my car while I was waiting for Andrew.
You said you found a guy with a pickup truck who had a look about him like he might be able to be a good assistant.
Sure. I was parked by a Grimaldi's, and everybody who was parking beside the Grimaldi's was either a lady who looked very rushed because it was close to dinner time. So everybody looked very rushed, and I was like, I feel bad asking somebody who's just got a hot pizza to jumpstart my car. What if it's not like a one-time thing, and so now their pizza's getting cold? I'll feel really bad. But
I wouldn't want to stop and jump a car if I just got myself a pizza.
But this gentleman, parked right beside me, and I was like, perfect. So he doesn't have to maneuver his car. F-150 with those metal boxes in the back.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy knows what's happening. He'll know exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on it. So
what'd you say?
I said, excuse me, I killed my car. Can you help me jumpstart it? He's like, sure, I've got cable. I'm like, don't even worry about that. I've got jumper cables too. Thank you.
All right.
So then I was very surprised to learn that while I was getting the car jump started, somebody was making big life decisions and actually going to go get LASIK the very next day.
Indeed. Lasers in the eyes the next day.
And so how were you feeling? Because I'll tell you, my initial reaction was, that seems a little bit fast. I would wait.
Wait for what, though?
Think about it. Make sure you're not making a rash decision.
But this isn't anywhere near the first or fourth or 400th time that I've thought about it by now over the years.
I know, but usually, you know what I mean? Usually, like you said, there's usually a wait because the doctors are so busy that there's usually like a week, a 2-week wait so that they can fit you in the schedule. So I don't know, somebody who doesn't, you're like, why don't you have clients
Maybe
lined up around the door?
He's desperate. He's desperate for cash.
Maybe.
I don't know. That didn't occur to me. Maybe I'm too trusting.
That's good.
I don't know if it is when it comes to your eyes.
So that was just the initial reaction. And then when we came home, my thoughts were, what if it goes wrong? What were your thoughts?
I thought that there was a pretty like tiny, even insignificant chance that it could go wrong.
Have you done a lot of research? Because I wanted to do research the day you were going for your consultation. I wanted to do research so I could like make you feel better, because you were saying you were quite nervous about going for the consultation.
Yeah.
So that's why it was very surprising that you went for a consultation. Now you're doing it when you were so nervous about just going. I was like, it's just a consultation. Nothing's going to happen today.
I think like over the years of being a professional gambler, when I'm sure like, I don't remember what the odds are, but like I have to imagine, or it's tucked away in my mind somewhere, that like the odds of some really bad outcome are like really small, like less than 1%. So if the numbers are like that small,
you should do it.
It's not worth like not doing something that would be so cool to do.
So cool.
So beneficial.
Yeah, but that was not the feeling that you gave me.
Well, I guess I'm just like, I don't know. I get nervous because like I had, I guess what would be called an eye surgery before. Like I get like, styes on my eyelids sometimes. And so like when I was in 9th grade, I think I had one, I think on the same eye on both eyelids. So like one on each eyelid.
You had a top and bottom sty?
Yeah. That like wouldn't drain.
Okay.
Over the course of like 3 weeks or something. And so I had to get surgery to have it drained. And that was like the shittiest thing I've had to do.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's like, so like they put a clamp on your eyelid and like flip it upside down. And then, I mean, they give you a shot that's supposed to be like local anesthesia, but I feel like it didn't even work. That's like slicing open your eyelid and draining that. That was like the most painful thing that I've had to do.
So you didn't have the clamp with the Lasik?
Yeah, I did.
You did have the clamp. Okay.
A little bit different of a clamp, I guess.
Okay.
A clamp nonetheless.
I know, but you were 9th grade versus how old you are now, right? So that makes a difference too.
Yeah. It was just really brutal of a thing. And so I guess I like had memories of that. Just envisioning like the LASIK thing sucking in some way.
Mm.
Not really knowing how though. Because how can you know?
Sure.
Without having done it.
Yeah, I mean, I usually think most things will work out, but you were quite nervous. So I was like, okay, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos just to, tell him that it's not that bad and it's just a consultation. So, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I guess, yeah, just nerves about the procedure, how it was going to feel, like what the recovery was going to be like. But I mean, I wouldn't have signed up like that quickly if I didn't have like the confidence of it working out in the end.
So what fears did you have? Did you have any specific fears?
Aside from it just like generally sucking.
So you just thought there might be bad after?
Like during and after.
So you didn't think there would be something permanently life-changing?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think as a professional gambler, it's just like the odds of that sort of thing just feel like low enough to not really worry about it too much.
I had low, I mean, it wasn't high, but I had low anxiousness around you losing your vision completely.
Yeah, that would be awful.
And I was imagining what life would be like if you did lose your vision.
What would it be like? Would you find another man?
Probably not.
Probably.
You think so? It's not like
know.
You look at me all that often. Do you know what I mean? You don't just sit here looking at me. So I don't think that.
I look at you every day, multiple times.
Okay.
That's pretty often.
Yeah, but it's not like I wake up and I'm like, are you looking at me?
I don't know.
That crossed my mind and I was like, wow, life would be really different.
I mean, it would be the worst, I think the worst sense to lose, right?
I think all senses are really important. It's just
touch would be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's just
because sex.
Because sex. So you think blind sex would be pretty? It would be pretty much the same. Yeah.
Blind sex would probably be okay.
Yeah, I mean, all your
everything else about being blind would probably be awful, though. I guess eating
would be okay.
Eating might be okay too.
Yeah,
listening to music would be all right.
You would be so present, right, with your eating, because you don't have your sight. So I would feed you so many mushrooms. so many mushrooms.
I think I would get into mushrooms.
Yeah.
Hate mushrooms.
So you didn't have any going blind fears. That's good.
I mean,
it wasn't high, but it was still present.
Not substantially, no.
Okay. Well, that's good. And how are you feeling now about your eyes, Andrew?
Well, I rated the the different steps along the way. And so I gave the procedure itself in terms of discomfort level. I gave that a 7 out of 10.
Discomfort?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I wouldn't call it like pain, I wouldn't give it like a pain level of 7 out of 10. Pain level, I would give it like I don't know, like a 2, something like that.
Was it because you couldn't be on Twitter? Is that why it was so discomforting?
Discomforting? Mm-hmm. I was away from Twitter during all that time?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
The weirdest thing, I don't know there's many weird things about this procedure, but like one of them, even I forgot to mention before the incision thing, there's this other machine that comes like directly over your eyeball and like provides suction onto your eyeball. And I don't really understand why, because after that, they then do the incision thing. But I don't think they're like sucking your eyeball out.
No, maybe they just separating that
top layer
so that it's easier to.
You might be right. They're not sucking your eyeball out like I thought. But so it gets like really close to your eye. Mm-hmm. And just when you think it can't possibly get any closer, it gets like 6 inches closer. And it's like, Jesus, it's like right up in there, all the way in your eye. It feels like, or
very
looks
dramatic.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. So that's what I mean, like discomfort. It's not really like painful. It's just like, you want to keep doing that, like getting away.
And you can't. There's nowhere to go.
No, they're going in.
Wow.
So 7 out of 10 discomfort. After that, like on the drive home, it's like you have stuff in your eyes and they're just watering. Like,
yeah, you did have quite weepy eyes. Yeah. I thought you were crying. I was like, oh, poor guy.
No, I wasn't crying.
Just
my eyes are watering thinking about it now a little bit. But it's kind of like a leaky faucet, It's like it just keeps coming. And it just feels like you have like some stuff in your eyes, but you can't rub them.
Yeah.
So 5 out of 10 on the discomfort after the fact. Again, not really painful, but a little bit rough. Oh, my nose was like really stuffy because I think like tears were just like building up in my entire face. So yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about your new eyes, your new vision?
So we're only like 2 days after the fact right now. And it's pretty amazing to be I'm looking out the window as I sometimes do, and I can see everything, which is pretty amazing. It feels like I have contacts in. It feels like I have an eyelash like in each eye right now. So apparently there's going to be like some small effects for the first week or so, maybe a little bit longer. And that's what's going on right now. I have like 3 different eye drop things that I need to use 4 times a day in each eye. So just going through that, and then, hoping the eyelash feeling goes away eventually. But Doc says success and everything's normal.
That's great.
Yes, that is great.
So you would recommend this procedure to anybody who is eligible?
Eligible. So far, I mean, let's check in next week to see if the eyelash feeling goes away, hopefully.
Doesn't Etta James have a song, I'd Rather Go Blind? She does. She has a song, I'd Rather Go Blind Than Lose You, or something like that.
That's
very dramatic.
That's a tough choice.
Very dramatic.
Very tough choice.
But yeah, here you are, not blind, which is great. And with new clear vision. How do you think this will affect your poker play? This is what the people want to know. Andrew Nemi, how will new vision affect your poker play?
I don't see it having any effect whatsoever. I did watch the Jamin Burton vlog where he vlogged his LASIK surgery. That was a fun watch. But he said that he went to play poker like a week after his surgery, and he was having a little bit of trouble like focusing on the cards. There was a little bit of like after effects, like I'm talking about, because you also can get like a little halo effect sometimes. I get that at night. I don't really feel like I have too much of that during the daytime. But he said he was struggling for a little bit for like a week to play poker. But after that, all good. I don't think I'll have X-ray vision. It'd be cool if I could see people's cards. That'd be great.
I think that's another service. I do not think this doctor provides that.
No? We got to find that guy.
service.
He's next.
He's next on
Call
the
him
list.
up.
Very good.
Thanks for driving me all over the place and being there and getting your car jump started by the time I got back, and everything that you do for me.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
Brat.
Huh?
Sometimes you're a brat, but here you are. All
Sometimes.
good. Yeah.
Sometimes I am. Now I need to find an ear doctor.
Oh my goodness. This is not a podcast about what is wrong with Andrew's body. So,
It's not?
No.
Should we save it for next week?
What about your ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, just enjoy one thing working 100%.
All right.
Okay.
Let's shelve that for next time. Ear doctors.
Okay, so I wanted to. So while you were getting new eyes,
Yes.
I was thinking about death. You know, Bill Perkins in his book talks about planning the things, you know, for your eventual demise.
Yes, he does.
So I actually really want to not put that off because I'm too afraid to face it. So
You don't want to put it off?
yeah, you know, like you put off making those decisions.
Okay.
So I would like to talk to you today.
Right now? We're going to decide? What aspect of it?
Once I'm dead. So that's easy. You know, like how you want your body to be disposed of.
Okay.
That's easy, right? Because like I'm already dead.
Sure. Okay. Do you know what you want?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I wasn't prepared for this. I don't know. I don't know if I know what I want, but go ahead.
There's a new company called Recompose, and they are using boxes to decompose human bodies and turn that into compost. So I would be, you know, it's the literal, you know, when you go to a funeral and they say from dust to dust, earth to earth.
Sure.
They are doing the literal
And so
from dust to dust. So it's a new startup called Death Care. No, Recompose.
So is this the kind of compost where like you'll be in
yes.
someone's home and then they put like their apple core into your box of you and that'll decompose?
Well, no, they What? So you die.
Yes.
To get taken to this warehouse where they put you in a box. Instead of putting you in a casket, they put you in this box of like decomposing material, and they leave you there for couple of weeks. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks until the body decomposes.
Yeah.
And then they go and chuck you in the forest. So now you become like
I see.
compost for new growth. So yes, I could potentially be compost for your vegetables.
Well, I was thinking like, you know how people have like a compost in their home?
Yes.
I was thinking that like
I would be the compost. I'd be the compost holder.
Yeah. No, like you would be in the box of compost. That somehow that helps facilitate the composting.
I am becoming compost.
All right.
So I think that because
And so that helps with like reforestation or something?
yeah, and there's also because if you think about cremation is a great alternative, but then there's like air pollution from the smoke. It has to go somewhere from burning the bodies.
Yeah.
Burials can cost up to $50,000. So
yeah,
you know, casket
seems silly.
Weeping, you know, like maybe you'd have to hire somebody to cry. You know, they used to do that back
What?
in the day. You didn't know that?
What do you mean?
They used to have people to come and cry, like wailers. They would come and cry at your funeral. Like if you didn't have, your family was probably stoic.
Okay.
Have somebody cry to create the mood.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So you'll need none of that because
Yeah, because there'd be so many people crying anyway when I'm dead.
when you're dead. For $5,000, it's just the going rate
All right.
for Recompose. So
Reasonable.
just so you know, so
Do
you're not
you-
surprised when
Okay.
that happens.
Got it. Do you get to choose where you go?
Your family can choose, yeah, and then you can also keep part of me, sprinkle me in our backyard if we
Wherever
have a
I
yard,
want.
or sprinkle me over the balcony.
Put you in the fake Christmas tree. Sprinkle it over that.
Yeah.
Throw you over the balcony. You got it.
Yeah,
Can do
whatever
that.
you want. Take me on your next skydiving trip.
I wonder if that's legal
Why?
because it might fall in like people's cars and stuff.
It's just soil at that point.
Soil?
Yeah, it just become like compost.
Oh, I thought you were. Oh, okay. So wait, so you get it back?
You can if you want. Yeah,
So part of it.
once the body is fully decomposed, then you choose whether you want your loved one to be scattered in the forest, or you could take some of that
Okay.
back as well.
All right.
So big life decisions here, since you're not blind.
Do you have any requests where you want to be?
Yeah, I think if you took some of me to South Africa, that would be great.
Okay.
Just put me in my parents' backyard.
It's very sad.
Sprinkle.
Getting a little sad. Sprinkle.
Yeah, you can use your
What if
new perfect eyes.
nobody's that you're related to is living there anymore?
Well, then just take me to South Africa. Sprinkle me somewhere.
Wherever.
Wherever. Like,
Right.
wherever we've been together that you liked. Maybe Bowls Club.
Yeah. Find a good bar.
Take me to Bowls Club. Your favorite.
Put you in the ashtray.
Your favorite club.
Yep. Bowls Club. That might work.
Do you have any requests, or are you still going to think about yours?
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, because it's more
guess, like-
environmentally friendly, they say. We'll
guess-
have to see.
If I go, I probably will go first. So you'll put me somewhere. Then you request to be put in the same place. How
I
about
think
that?
those your new eyes provide like an extra 10 years of life.
I'll be able to dodge a oncoming bus.
There we go.
It might save me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you put me somewhere and then you request to be put in the same place.
Yeah. I mean, we could just write it down for somebody, but
I mean, I like the compost thing. It's the best idea I've heard in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I think it.
The only reason I didn't want to do anything like that, like cremation, for example, burial over cremation.
So you'd prefer burial over
Well,
cremation?
I was going to say the one benefit of that is that if we do figure out how to bring people back to life, they can dig me up
You don't want to be like smithereens.
and like regrow my skeleton, my whatever's down there. They should be able to, put some stem cells to work and rebuild me.
Got it. But what if you could just save your stem cells and then grow it from there? If you believe in
Yeah, I don't know.
reincarnation.
It's probably hopeless no matter what.
Because then would be in that situation where you have this old body and then you're going to have all the issues that you had in this life. So don't you want a brand new body?
Well, would it still be like my consciousness though?
I don't know. I
Seems-
don't know if bodies and consciousness go together really.
Well, it seems more likely there would be if I had like the full remains. But who knows?
Yeah, nobody
Anyway.
knows.
I guess I don't know. There's a lot of places.
Where would you want to go?
Probably some of me in Michigan,
Some of you in Las Vegas?
some of me in the Bellagio fountains. Just kidding.
That would be perfectly fine, I'm
Nah.
sure. It's like, I'd sprinkle a little vial of you in the Bellagio fountains.
In the
In the
Bellagio
Wynn-
fountains?
Wynn Gardens.
Maybe the Wynn. Yeah.
Those beautiful
Where
gardens.
in the Wynn?
I don't know. They have lots of La Cave.
Okay, but where
There's
though?
like flower beds, plant beds.
Okay.
I could sprinkle you.
Yeah,
over
that sounds good.
Yeah?
Put me in Le Cave.
Okay.
And then some of me in South Africa sounds good too.
All right. So good. Life decisions being made on this podcast.
Great.
Shall we have a look and see if we have some listener feedback?
Let's do it, people. Let's see what you crazy people have to say this week.
Benjamin Adler says, I'm feeling particularly esoteric after listening to your latest podcast offering. Looking forward to seeing both of your progress as this year goes on, and that Andrew will soon be brought from blindness to sight via Lasik surgery. Here you go.
Done and done.
I happen to wear corrective lenses myself. Stay cheerful and moist, ready for the next adventure. Your dear friend and cellist, Benjamin Adler.
What a guy, that Benjamin Adler.
Thank you, Benjamin Adler.
You need to meet Benjamin Adler.
I know, in real life.
Anybody who hasn't met Benjamin Adler is missing out.
Missing out on life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Great guy. Thanks, Ben.
He has new eyes now.
Indeed, I do.
So Ben wrote us a text to our telephone number, 702-690-9299. You too can text or leave us a voice message.
Please do.
Last week we were talking about sports betting. Harold K left a comment saying, I don't bet on anything that breathes. I mean, not terrible advice.
Interesting.
So,
Too dynamic for Harold's tastes, I guess. Too many unknown variables when humans are involved, or animals, I guess.
Yeah. Sports, it would be what? Humans, horses.
Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Cockfighting.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is getting dark. I see you were having a spicy conversation over here with somebody who wanted to be a little clever and say you posted 9 of these podcasts since your last poker upload. Seems like you're forgetting about your core audience, Andrew.
I do like how that person self-admittedly called themselves a troll in a later reply. So not all trolls do that, but this one did. So that was nice to see. I cheers to that, at least. You know, got to give some credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting times, you know, because people see other content creators out there, and I must be am I the oldest poker vlogger that we have in the poker vlogging streets?
Perhaps.
I very well might be. There's probably been older ones, but that are still creating or will still create once I come back to it. So there's a lot of people that see a bunch of other creators that are still out there on the grind, doing their thing and providing content for the people. And they wonder, what the hell is my problem?
Yes. What the hell is your problem, Andrew?
Yeah, I just...
preferring LASIK over live poker.
Over getting after it, getting
Yeah.
to work. I guess I just don't feel like getting sick. And there's been a few poker players that have gotten sick. Not to, they haven't experienced the worst of results possible, but we were listening to Veronica Brill's show with Lyman, which was a fantastic episode. Highly recommend that. You do as well, right?
I do,
You enjoyed that. But yeah, she had to go to the hospital, and she says she runs like 4 miles a day or something?
3 to 5 miles every day, yeah.
So I think she said she's 43 or 44, one of those, which is not too far from me, but sounds like she's in better shape than I am. So, and she said she had to go to the hospital. She had to spend some time in the hospital after getting COVID. So I'm not trying to do that. And I guess I've just been like enjoying doing other things, really. I do feel like I probably owe the audience an update video at least, because it's not mandatory that I have to be in a casino to make content.
This is true.
So I probably have I don't know if slacked is the right word on that, but somewhere on that spectrum. So I think I want to try and make an update video for my main channel at some point soon in the very near future. But yeah, I've also just enjoyed being in the markets in the mornings and watching Bitcoin in the afternoons and evenings and doing other things that do not revolve around playing poker.
So you heard it here first.
But update to come. Thanks for the comment, troll or otherwise.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Andrew's got new eyes, and that's it.
That's it for this week.
For
that's
this
a big week for both of us.
For both of us?
Yeah, you were stressed out too. You took a nap afterwards and you slept for 2 solid hours.
Yeah, because I was tired.
Because of
no,
that,
it
and
was
you were
not
stressed.
Because of stress.
Both. You've been plenty tired plenty of other times
No,
and
but
haven't
I
slept
just
solid 2
want
hours.
to take care of myself,
Okay.
instead of just powering through.
Sure. That's good.
Yeah.
Good plan. I think it was also the stress, though, of the surgery, because I went to sleep like 3 times and slept solidly myself. So for you to get a solid 2 hours, I think makes sense too.
Okay. Then
Sympathy 2 hours.
Sympathy nap. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to the Tells podcast. If you like this podcast, please subscribe so you can listen to more episodes. Never miss an episode of the Tells podcast. Ring the bell so you'll know when we have released a new video. If you'd like to contact us, hello@tellspodcast.com, or you can call us, leave us a voice message, or text us 702-690-9299.
I know the number now. Believe it or not. You surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
Oh,
I would
okay.
hope you would know it by now.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, there were lots of comments about people's LASIK surgery experiences. And I think in general, the consensus is best thing ever.
Yes.
I haven't seen somebody say, don't do it.
There was one person on Twitter. There's always one.
There was one person who said what?
On Twitter?
Yeah, that they had a bad experience? Or
It wasn't them. It was like some case that they heard about where someone saw like quintuple vision or something.
That would suck.
But if it's like, again, literally like 1 out of 100 replies.
Yeah, most people said, do it. LASIK is the best thing I have ever done for myself. So.
Yes. So tune in next week and I'll let you guys know about the eyes, how they're feeling.
Okay. It's going to be a LASIK channel now. My eyes.
Update on these eyes.
All right. Thank you so much for watching.
Look at these eyes. Look how good they look. Don't they look great?
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.